Okay, guys, so I know I said I would not talk about She-Hulk on this channel because I just feel like it's a little too controversial and I really don't want to get into that right now. But bro, I finished the last episode earlier this morning and it was just like, bro, what did I even watch? That episode, this isn't even, I guess you could say this is going to be kind of like an episode review, but bro, that last episode was one of the worst things I've ever seen on TV. Up until this point, I thought the show was a little bit funny, because that's what it is. It's really a comedy show, and they even say that in this episode. It's a comedy. But bro, like, and this is the weird thing, because the way the episode started, it was like, it started off on like a strong point, because, you know, the previous episode, they were talking about how she got her blood stolen, and it's from the group called Intelligentsia. And then it goes into her trying to get to then it goes into her being arrested for hulking out at the, what was it again? Like her ceremony. And I was like, okay, we're starting off pretty strong here. This is actually like, this is pretty interesting what we got going on here. And then she ends up, and the first thing I thought too, I was like, yo, if they're letting her out, I would go to Emil. Like, that's the first thing I would do, because Emil apparently loves her, so why not just go to Emil? She ends up going to Emil. Spoilers for you guys if you haven't seen it. She ends up going to Emil. And then it turns out that Intelligentsia and Emil were like knowing each other. Then this dude gets the sample of her blood, injects himself with it, and then he hulks out. And then Emil turns into Abomination all this time, and she was never notified of the inhibitor thing on his leg. That means all the time she was doing it, she was never notified. Hulk just literally drops out of the sky. Like, what? And then the hulking dude, I forgot his name's Hulking or whatever. He goes to attack her. Abomination picks her up to save her, and then Hulk just immediately attacks Abomination. And then he's like, it's been a long time or something like that. And then she just stops it dead. She's like, wait, what's going on here? And then it goes back to the Disney Plus menu screen, and then she goes to the director. She wants to talk to Kevin. We all think it's Kevin Feige, and then Kevin's really a robot that controls everything. And then she just edits all that stuff out that I just talked about, edits all of it out, and she wants Daredevil to come back. It was just like, bro, where is this going? This is just everywhere. This was the dumbest thing I've seen so far. And then she comes back into the episode. She changes everything. So now the dude that stole her blood doesn't hulk out any further. So what happens to her She-Hulk blood in the syringe? I have no clue. They're just leaving that up in the air. Abomination then turns himself in. She could have just had it where Emil just doesn't transform anymore. I don't know. Maybe just because, you know, they're going to bring Abomination back. It's not the end of him. Because if that's the end of Abomination, oh my god. If that's how they write that character out, oh my god. Anyways, what else happens? Then at the end, Hulk comes back from Sakaar, and then he has a son named Scar, which I know about from the comics, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys know about from the comics. But they just like what? They just rush through everything at the end. Like, this could have used another 2 episodes or something. I don't know. Is the show tanking that bad? I doubt it. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know how well these Marvel shows do. But bro, that was just all over the place. That was a royal cluster. It was bad, bro. That was the worst episode. And I see some people saying the episode prior with Daredevil in it is like the best episode. How you go from the best to the worst in a matter of a week? I have no idea. So I said I wasn't going to talk about it on this channel, but dude, like, that was so bad. I had to talk about it. I had to talk about this. It was bad. It was so bad. So now Hulk's son is on Earth now. So I mean, they rushed that plot line like crazy, literally at the last 5 minutes of the episode. So there's so much that we're missing here. I guess they're not doing World War Hulk. I thought that's why he went back to Sakaar. I don't even know anymore, dude. Because if you follow the comics or like the old movies and whatnot, it's like, where are they going with this stuff, bro? That was, and I don't want to say it, but Marvel is really losing its identity, man. I remember being there when the MCU started. I saw Iron Man when it first came out in theaters. Like, I was there when it jumped off, man. Like, what is going on, dude? It's all over the place. I mean, I thought Hawkeye was not a bad show. Bro, I was invested. I thought Loki was okay, but it was kind of boring. But dude, like, what was She-Hulk, man? Like, some episodes are funny, albeit it's not a good show. I'm gonna be flat out honest. It's not a good show. It's a funny show sometimes, but it's not a good show. bro, what was that episode? Like, let me know if you guys thought the same thing. That was bad, bro. That was so bad. So, those are my thoughts, guys. That's all I got.